Hey everyone, Andrea with Natural Born Tillers here, and today I just finished harvesting some Roselle hibiscus. It's also called sorrel, and it has so many other names because it's actually grown across the globe. And because of this, it's also used in many different ways, in many different dishes. Different parts of the plant are utilized. And so today we wanted to do a fun educational video on some of the things that you can do with Roselle hibiscus. And remember, we're growing it here on campus, so you can grow it at home too. So today you'll be hearing from Chef Nick Melvin from Poco Loco, and he has turned a classic recipe that probably everybody has had in some capacity, but he has incorporated Roselle hibiscus leaves. And then you'll hear from a chef turned farmer named Matthew Rayford from Gilliard Farms, and he's going to talk about why he grows Roselle hibiscus on his farm.
Hey everybody, really excited today. We are at Poco Loco with my good friend Nick Melvin, one of my favorite restaurants in Atlanta, one of my favorite chefs. So today we are going to do some non-traditional preparation of Roselle, and Nick Melvin here is the master of non-traditional preparation, so he's going to walk us through.
And I have a minor in Roselle as well. So we've got some amazing things we're going to talk about. A beautiful Roselle leaf chimichurri that we also used a little bit of the flour to make an infused vinegar. So tons of fun stuff. Stick with us. It's going to be good.
We should probably start cooking, right?
Yeah, start cooking.
All right, let's.
Hey y'all, we're gonna make a lovely traditional sauce that you've probably all have had, chimichurri, but we're going to add a little bit of Georgia flair to it by using some beautiful Roselle leaves that were grown here. And we also made an infused vinegar with the bud, the flower of it as well. And so something that's really great, super bright, fun, that you can use from vegetarian dishes to meat lovers, and super awesome, and hopefully be a good addition to your repertoire of deliciousness. So, first to start, we have a whole mess load of herbs. So we've got some beautiful basil, some mint, some Italian flat leaf parsley, a little bit of cilantro, and Roselle leaf. Super loaded with vitamin C, wicked bright, in the sorrel family, and so just a great little punch of brightness that's going to add to the chimichurri, a sauce that's traditionally pretty heavily laden with like red wine vinegar and strong flavors. So this is should be a perfect marriage for our sauce. What else we have here? This is an infused, I call it a vinegar. It's actually a lime juice that we infused with the Roselle bud. So we very simply took some fresh lime juice, brought it to a light simmer, threw in some of the hibiscus buds, the Roselle buds, put a plastic wrap over it and let it sit for about 2 hours. And you really, off that, you just got this beautiful light hue pink acid that will be used in our chimichurri. And it's also full utilization of the plant, which is super cool as well. Here we have a little bit of a house-made fermented chili sauce. Next up, we have some olive oil that we actually soft fried. But we basically poached garlic and jalapenos that have been seeded in olive oil, just a slight caramelization, just to kind of cook through and really add a little bit of that cooked green chili flavor to this chimichurri sauce, which is nice. So you'll have something that's cooked, a little bit roasted, flavor, fried, going with some super bright herbs and infused lime juice. It's super tasty. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our herbs in our blender top. You don't want to do too much at a time and push it down, because you want to make sure that liquid that you're going to add to it and the oil gets to the bottom of the blade as well. So this is just a really great start to a base, and for you to interpret how you'd like to. Now we're going to take a little bit of the Roselle lime juice, pour a shot in there, a little bit of our fermented chili sauce right in there, and then we're actually going to add all of this loveliness to the blender, just like that. So this is a very oil-laden sauce, which is great from a preservation standpoint. So now we got everything here. We're gonna simply put the blender on, so it's gonna get a little loud. now that we've got it started, we're actually going to add some more herbs to it. You can very simply, we're going to push them through here. And the reason why we're doing this in stages is that we actually want to have some different textures throughout the sauce and make sure that there is a little bit of, just a little bit of interest in the mouthfeel. And now, so you've got a really beautiful sauce here. We got nice flecks of green throughout it. Add a little bit of salt. We're gonna put that back on and just spin it for 1 more minute. Pour our sauce out. Beautiful color. You can smell all the herbs. You actually can smell the roselle leaf. It's nice and citrusy. So now we'll just give it a little stir and a taste. See where we're at. So we're gonna I want a little bit more acid in it. So we're gonna add a little bit more of our infused lime juice and a little bit more salt to it. And so you also have to remember, it might take a little bit more salt than you are honestly expecting because of the amount of oil and fat that's in here. So it definitely eats up that salt. So it might seem like a lot, but it'll actually be right on cue. Awesome. We're gonna do one more shot. Be nice and bright. And there you go. You have a really, really beautiful hibiscus leaf chimichurri. Not too crazy spicy, just herbaceous, bright, awesome on everything from roasted carrots to a flank steak, and really good stuff. All right, so what we have here is one of our specials this week. It's a really lovely marinated chickpea salad. So fresh chickpeas that we cook off with carrots, celery, loads of mint, and a dried chili vinaigrette. That's got everything from guajillos to pullas to anchos to morditas. Really nice, smoky, earthy, and bright. And now it's about to get a whole lot brighter because we're going to put some of this amazing chimichurri that we just made, and we're just going to drape it over the top of it. So especially a dish like this, which is 100% vegetarian, adding this sucker punch of just flavor is amazing. And it's, you don't miss the meat. It's healthy. It's a great way to put protein in, and the sauce really just kind of elevates it to the next level. So try it out, eat what you grow, be happy. All right, I'll dig in.
Thank you. We're joined here by chef farmer, one word, Matthew Rayford of the amazing Gilliard Farm, and a brand new awesome book, which I've read and I highly recommend people check out. It's got an amazing storyline, beautiful pictures, and of course, delicious recipes. Bressignon, welcome, and thanks for taking time with us.
Man, I am so looking forward to our conversation today, for sure.
So you specifically have this amazing background in Gullah Geechee culture and this legacy farm. A lot of people have a relationship with their land, but you have a really special relationship to the land that you farm on. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the land's been in my family since 1874. Jupiter Gilliard, who was born a slave in 1812 in the Carolinas, was able to pay $9 in taxes for 476 acres of land. I am the 6th generation to be on it farming, and my children are the 7th to have planted, harvested, and eaten from a crop from this land. And we're right on the coast of Georgia. This year we're planting rice, sweet potatoes, turmeric, and hibiscus.
I'm curious to hear your story about it, and just basically if you could tell us a little bit about the Gullah Geechee relationship to sorrel and how that plant is used.
Yeah, so here's what's like super interesting. This farmer from Louisiana walked up to me And I wish I kept the pack of seeds that he gave me. But he gave me this pack of seeds and was like, "Hey, somebody told me that you live in South Georgia, and that you have a perfect climate to be able to grow this almost all year round." And within my very first year, I grew these giant bushes that just giant, like 6.5, 7 feet, I think was what we got. And so, I grew this first plant, and when I looked at it, never forget, like people would come out to the farm and like, "You can grow hibiscus here?" Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't seen a sorrel plant since I was, knee high to a grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just amazed. Then I met a few of the folks in our community, and they did something very, very similar, where they like came through and was like, "I haven't seen one of these. I've been buying this at the store, in the little packs, because I haven't seen it in so long." And I was like, "Oh, for real?" And I was like, "Is it something that was grown here?" And they were like, "Well, yeah." And they would like talk about somebody that had grew it, that, and they just hadn't seen it in like 20, 30, 40 years, kind of a thing. And I think, red drink has been something in the African diaspora as a whole, that's been made with sorrel, period. And it's so interesting because in Mexico it's Jamaica. It's, and so it's really interesting how this plant has been part of teas and health for, thousands of years, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
It's the original Kool-Aid.
Right. Yes, it is. It's the original Kool-Aid.
So one of the undercurrents of the videos that we've done is, native wisdom and wisdom from the past basically illustrates how plants were our first teachers, right? And how they have some kind of something or many things to teach us. So if you were had to say sorrel was your teacher, what do you think that sorrel has taught you?
Resiliency. Sorrel has taught me resiliency. It's taught the fact, and then think about this: when something is grown in so many other places, right, and it's the same thing, right? Whether it be a bird that carried that seed, or whether it was a person that carried that seed, or whatever, what have you, that seed is resilient, and that says a lot about any plant when you look at multiple people within the human race using that product. So yeah.
Last question for the people listening: what do you have to say in terms of them starting to grow or experimenting with some of this stuff? I know that a lot of people are intimidated. We're throwing out a lot of technical terms, and what do you say to the person who is like, "This is all interesting, but I don't have time for it. Where do I start?"
So for me, I think the simplest way to start is a 5-gallon bucket, pop some holes in the bottom of it, and drop some topsoil and some black cow, mix it in together, and just drop whatever you want. If you want carrots this year, this is a great time to start planting carrots. Great time to plant Brussels sprouts. Brassicas are like ready to go in the ground right now. And then, you'll be right on time for that first frost with those collard greens, and start harvesting them. So I think just start off with one thing that you like. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to grow anything you don't like. If anybody walks away with anything from this conversation, I want you to understand that if you cook with your heart and let it come through your hands, if you farm or garden, and if you're a beginner, right, you just got to start. You just got to start. There's nothing wrong with cooking and burning something, right? You've learned something.
Awesome. Well, it is great talking to you as always. I always enjoy our
Thank
conversations, and I look forward to more of them.
I appreciate it. I'm honored, and I look forward to this continuing.
Awesome. Well, let's talk soon.
All right, no problem. You take care.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed our guests. We had a lot of fun making this video, catching up with some friends, eating some delicious food. We hope you can take some of these ideas and use them in your own house. We really appreciate it. So we grow food as a way to connect. It's kind of fundamental to the human experience, and we do it whether to connect cultures or to connect communities or connect family.
It's something that's really important to what we do. And that's why it's so important that we are aware of our agriculture and we try to reconnect to it as much as possible. It's really important that we get back in the garden, get back in the kitchen, and share some of our food. You know, it doesn't take much to grow something. A seed has everything it needs to grow. It just needs to be planted. So plant a seed, watch it grow, share the harvest. Take care and eat well. Thanks.